This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
Hey guys, it's February, the month of romance and love. And what could be more romantic than the continued degradation of our favorite Disney characters? Back in 2020, I reviewed Descendants, a series of movies where some jackass at Disney wanted to breathe new life into their classic characters, and the best way to do that would be to throw them all in the same place at the same time without any kind of explanation that makes sense, have it star their children regardless of the probability of these characters ever having children, and instead of pesky things like decent stories or believable characterization, they just throw hashtags at them and make it look like Hot Topic puked all over them. Yep, that'll make for a great series of movies and not just look like cynical pandering to a demographic whose intelligence you have no faith in. And I thought we were done with it, but you know what they say, you can't keep a bad franchise down. So welcome, boys and girls, to Descenduary 2. Today we're starting things off with Descendants, Wicked World, which premiered on the Disney Channel between the first and second movies. I'll do my best to resist the urge to point out continuity hiccups between this and anything hence, but no promises. First and foremost, the animation is just blech. Why do they look like Bratz dolls? Could they not try to find some kind of balance between their human counterparts and how they should look in their respective animated films?
Oh, you're asking for quality. That's adorable.
Wait. You're not going to say that I need to go into this with an open mind?
Nah, the movies all sucked. What are the odds that this TV show made up of 3-minute episodes is gonna work?
We open on the Heroes and Heroines Festival, and it's never explained what this festival is or what they're celebrating, and we have no idea how this is different from every other day where the people of Oradon celebrate the smell of their own farts. And Evie is having some trouble baking a batch of cupcakes.
I volunteered to make cupcakes for the carnival because I heard that last year everyone loved Audrey's. They were like an explosion of deliciousness. And I thought, I can do that, and everyone will love me and tell me how amazing I am. But none of that's going to happen because I can't make cupcakes. I mean, it's not like I made cupcakes on the Isle of the Lost. The evil minion bakers did.
Evil minion bakers? So not only did King Adam, aka the Beast, have to lay waste to the Disney space-time continuum to imprison every villain ever, but the Illumination universe as well?
Evil minion bakers sound cute, I want one!
And hang on, since when did these kids have cupcakes, or any baked goods? Celia and Dizzy say in the third movie that the only things that went into their cakes were flies and dirt.
I thought you weren't going to compare this series to the other movies.
I'm not. I'm comparing the other movies to this. Get your continuity right, other movies!
What exactly did you fill these with?
They say baking is a form of chemistry, so I decided to combine all of the periodic elements.
I feel it only necessary to remind you that Evie was supposed to be smart enough to understand the difference in chemical composition between a tear of sadness and a tear brought on by sniffing onions. And now she just threw literally everything into a batch of cupcakes. Why is this series giving me so much to bitch about in only the first minute of the first episode?
The episodes are only 2 to 3 minutes long. They really gotta pack it in.
That must be it! It must be a concentrated effort to pack this much shit into the first 59 seconds!
It really is rotten to the core.
Use your magic!
No way, I'm trying to be good, remember?
Magic for a good cause is automatically good.
See my rant for turning a sandwich into a feast in movie number 2. And I'm sorry, but who is that green guy in the painting in the background? It looks like it might be Jafar, but we know that it can't be him since Jafar looks like this.
Please, 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 please.
You're not gonna stop until I help you, are you?
Yep. Please, 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 please.
And I am pretty sure that Queen Grimhilda would never teach her daughter how to beg. Mal tries to magic the cupcakes into something better, but it backfires because the script said so, and the episode ends the same way every other episode ends. On a selfie with a caption, usually along with a hashtag or some other social media reference. Huzzah!
Mal's a princess in waiting, all right? A princess in waiting to mess up? Hashtag Princess Aster?
That's trending, by the way.
I hate you, wicked world. It would have been too easy for you to include the little number symbol that turns random words into hashtags, but you didn't put it there, and I had to point it out because it's a continuity flub. You're making me ask you to put in a hashtag where there isn't one. By the way, remember how big of a problem it was for anyone to use magic in Ordon? Yeah, they just forgot about that completely. Mal magically modifies this painting of Audrey. Audrey asks Jane for a magical makeover. Granted, the banning of magic was stupid to begin with, but the least they could do is be consistent with their stupid.
Do I look different?
Definitely.
Is it edgy?
It has edges.
Yes! Post it!
Speaking of stupid, is it unfair to assume that no girl obsessed with her looks is going to show herself off without knowing exactly what she looks like first?
No, that's a fair assumption.
Sadly, there's an overarching plotline we have to contend with, beginning with Jordan, the daughter of Aladdin's genie who doesn't even get any kind of introduction, granting a wish that Mal makes, despite Jordan not being there to hear it.
Stuff like this never happened on the Isle of the Lost. I wish we could all just go back home.
And then they just poof to the Isle of the Lost instead of sending Ben and Audrey to their home. Yeah, that makes sense. And for some reason, Carlos was left behind, even though Mal wished for them all to go home. Flying solo. Oh well, YOLO. Oh dear! Did that age horribly. Before we continue, I have a few things to say about Jordan here. 1. I know I questioned before where these other kids came from, since the idea of any of these villains procreating is just unfathomable, but at least I understand the mechanics of how it works. How the hell does a genie or any other spectral creature have offspring? 2. Why isn't she blue? The genie disguised himself as a human when it was necessary, but for the most part, he's running around in his natural shade of blue. Why isn't Jordan blue? 3. Once my American ears got over the initial what-the-hellery of giving this Arabian girl a name that sounds so Americanly average, I started to reason that she was named after the River Jordan, or maybe Jordan the country. Makes sense. But we need to remember that the genie never had a name himself. He was just always the genie. And we're left to assume that he had parents himself, and they called him Genie too. Even after he was granted his freedom, he never thought of giving himself more of an identity than just the genie. If he's somehow able to have a child of his own, why would he feel the need to give said child a name? 4. Like the fairy godmother before her, why is this magical entity allowed to exist in this kingdom that has a major hate boner for magic? Back to the bullshit story. Unfortunately, there's no Wi-Fi or phone service on the Isle.
Can we even selfie?
Good to know you got your priorities in order. So they're stuck trying to get home on their own.
We should find a place to hide.
Yeah, before anybody sees we're here. There.
How are we supposed to get there? There's mud everywhere.
I'll just throw my jacket over
Why would you cover up such a perfect puddle of mud?
Liking mud's not a VK thing. It's a Mal thing.
You might want to call off the wedding, Ben. Apparently you're dating a 3-year-old. They get inside this place they decided to arbitrarily enter.
Look at all of this junk.
Yes, junk. Like magical staffs, the mounted face of the spirit of the magic mirror, probably the magic mirror itself, the box that was supposed to contain Snow White's severed heart, and Aladdin's flying carpet, which was killed, skinned, and turned into a rug. You monsters!
It's so beautiful. Oh, don't get jelly.
Please don't say jelly. That is so weird.
What's this? It's beautiful.
Are you stealing that?
It was hanging with the dress. I would never steal.
I meant, why are you stealing that when you could be stealing this? It's way cuter. Go ahead, take it.
No, I can't. That's wrong.
That's the whole point. It's what we do here. Go on, take it.
I don't care where you lie on the good or evil spectrum. That's not how businesses work! How abysmally lazy do you have to be as a writer if you take any mundane thing in the real world and just reverse it under the mindset that it's a villain doing it, so of course it'd be backwards. These villains are going to run their own business for the same reason a non-villain would try to run their own business. To make money. I'm no economist, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to make any kind of a profit when you're telling your customers to just take your inventory without paying for anything. By the way, this brilliant businesswoman is Freddy, the original daughter of Dr. Facilier. I joked about Celia having a name that rhymed, but really? The charismatic and double-dealing Shadow Man named his daughter Freddy? Just like another Freddy I can name. This Freddy was raised to be a joke. And of course, there's no explanation as to why we have Freddy right now and Celia later, because why would there be? By the way, Freddy here is voiced by China Anne McClain, the actress who would later go on to play Uma in the next couple of movies. If they really wanted to bring her back, why not just have her continue playing Freddy? I have an easier time believing she'd be the daughter of Dr. Facilier than the daughter of Ursula. Anyway, Freddy is less than impressed with these shiny people.
Look at these two. They're adorable. It's sickening.
Hey, you can't talk to us like that.
And what, pray tale, are you gonna do about it?
Oh.
Thought so.
When I throw a party, I won't invite you.
We really need to teach them how to smack talk.
Do you remember the Your Mama battles that we used to have?
Yo mama's so weak, old ladies help her across the street.
Yo Mama's so weak, instead of poison apples, she makes apple pie.
Yo mama's so soft, the only spells she casts are crying spells.
Yo Mama's so soft, cats share pictures of her.
Oh snap.
No. You cannot berate Audrey for not knowing how to smack talk when you have a Yo Mama fight where the worst insults you throw are weak and soft.
We can be rotten just like you guys.
Yeah! We can? Yeah. Check this out. What have I done?
Let me help. Anyone got glue?
I'd be happy to pay for damages.
Watching them do this is worse than any punishment my mother ever gave me.
Agreed. Mal suddenly gets the idea to wish their way home again, and it works as improbably as it did the last time.
Then, my precious darlings, you just take 2 pinches of sugar.
And Jordan's making a YouTube video about making lemonade, and she's using a terrible southern accent when just a minute ago she sounded as Valley Girl as everyone else.
I really hope this silly voice is not her way of trying to pay homage to Robin Williams.
Who drops in someone's lamp unannounced?
Sorry, I didn't even know you could drop into someone's lamp.
You can't be here dressed like that.
Your lamp has a dress code?
Of course. I don't live in a jar.
No, your living space is actually rather lavish, which is pretty much the opposite of what living in a lamp is supposed to be.
Phenomenal cosmic powers!
Itty bitty living space.
Jordan gives them all a wardrobe change instead of just kicking them out because... And Ben and Freddy get to talking.
My dad's all about the other side.
It's good to have a hobby.
He's so obsessed with ghosts that he knows all of their death days, but he can never remember my birthday.
And then the third movie would show the Faciliers having the strongest relationship of all the villains and their respective kids.
Great continuity!
My dad loves birthdays. He even made up this funny birthday dance. I wish you could see it.
Oh, how I wish.
Considering how the lamp problematically grants any passing whim with the prefix, I wish, why isn't the lamp poofing them to Ben's most recent birthday so Freddy could see that little dance herself?
Can we do this later? Like, maybe not around me, and maybe not in my house. I'm telling you to go.
Okay, how do we get out of here?
The same way you got in. Wish your way out. Wish number 3.
Why can't you just poof them out on your own? They didn't wish to be in the lamp. So Mal wishes them out of the lamp, and life resumes as normal, no one batting an eye at how there's another filthy villain kid running around campus.
I seriously have to take a class called Remedial Goodness?
Yep, there's a 2-hour exam about smiling.
No.
Smiling's super important in Oridon. Let's see what you got. Try less teeth. Better, but your eyes still look villainy. Try smizing.
Smizing?
It's smiling with your eyes. Apparently it's a thing that good people do.
Why wouldn't Freddy know how to smile? She was raised by a con man! She knows how to smile!
Wasn't she smiling when they met her?
She was smiling when they met her!
Who's that?
Allie, Alice in Wonderland's daughter.
In Wonderland is not Alice's last name!
Hey, Allie, you okay?
No, my partner lost her voice and can't sing tonight. I need to find a new partner now, or my chances of winning go down the rabbit hole.
You shrink one guy's head and no one wants to sing with you.
Allie doesn't have a partner. Why don't you two sing together?
A VK? Are you magical? Do sprout horns, just how evil are you? I don't think I can sing with her. If I hit a wrong note, she might turn me into a frog.
Ah, lovely. Instead of just calling out nonsense, she's made the leap to full-blown judgmental bitch.
She might turn me into a frog.
Never! I'd just shrink your head like my last partner.
Oh, it's disgusting, but curious. Can I touch it?
I'm terrified you might turn me into a frog, but the shrunken head of your last singing partner is most intriguing.
We later find the girls trying to come up with a theme for their next school dance.
Ooh, I know! Let's do a pretty princess theme. We did that last year, and the year before, and the year before.
I have an idea.
Let me guess. You want everyone to wear purple?
No. Yes. Can't change. Perfect.
A fighting knights party! A party in the dark.
Magic carpet ride party.
How about a wonderful Wonderland party? Neon glow party!
Tuxedo dress-up party.
Why don't we just do all of our themes?
That sounds like madness!
Exactly. It'll be a Mag Princess, hip-hop, party in the dark, magic carpet, wicked Wonderland garden, neon lights party.
I'll start working on the e-blast. Oh, what to wear, what to wear! Just the right neon fashion will be phosphor essential!
Ugh, you come up with the word phosphor essential, and you don't use it for the name of the ball? If you're not gonna portmanteau, then just don't. Carlos and Jay, yeah, remember them, are tasked with picking up the girls on a magic carpet. Because magic is totally fine except when it isn't, and these people just forgot that they have cars! Why can't Jordan just poof them there? Why don't they just walk there? You know? Like how they have to walk everywhere else on campus? But when Carlos and Jay don't show up, Jane just turns a pumpkin into what they should have been using this whole time. So they get to the ball at last. I say at last despite a lack of lengthy passage of time, but the feeling of a lengthy passage of time is very there, I can assure you.
I know I'm new to the whole crown thing, but I don't think plastic jewels were supposed to poke you in the skull.
Beauty is pain.
If beauty is pain, then look upon me and weep, for I am the most beautiful creature thine eyes can be blessed to witness.
Jordan? Carlos?
I'm Jay. That's Jordan.
Oh man, why do I always do that?
Hello? You've known me ever since Daddy and me jousting class when we were like 4, and you still can't get my name right?
Okay. It's been well established that Ben is an idiot. But how does he confuse someone he's known since he was 4 with someone that he only met just last year?
And why has he been friends with her for so long if his father's anti-magic?
Where were you guys?
We got carpet jacked!
So who did it?
I don't know. We were getting ready to head out, and the rug was pulled from underneath our feet. Literally!
Seemed fitting.
No, see, a rim shot is more appropriate when it's actually following a joke. Do try to keep up. Then the party is crashed by Captain Hook's daughter, named CJ. They couldn't even call her CJ Berry to justify the abbreviation with something that might sound Peter Pan-y.
Great! Another VK!
Lonnie, go wait in the car. Yeah, this is supposed to be a big dramatic reveal, since she was the one responsible for Jay and Carlos going missing and other such trivial inconveniences, but I have no idea why. What is she doing here? What does she want? Who cares? She flies off after making some vague threats about pillaging and plundering, but nobody cares to go after her because they all have a slumber party to go to. I remind you that this is happening long before the barrier around the island was taken down. Why is no one concerned about these prisoners running loose?
Speaking of, why aren't there any adults around here? Teachers, chaperones, security, anybody?
More stupid singing and dancing later, the girls prepare for the upcoming Jubilee.
The Jubilee is a dignified ceremony where each of us were given our birthright jewels. And now, For the first time, they're releasing jewels for the VKs! Releasing?
Well, yes. When the villains were relocated, their jewels were collected.
Translation, stolen.
So that they could be held safely. And now Auradon will bestow them upon you with the majestic jewel blee.
And why is Audrey excited about this? Does she no longer hate the villain kids? Why doesn't she consider these jewels to be the rightful property of Auradon? However, Mal won't be getting her jewel because Maleficent hid it somewhere on the island. As paranoid as Adam and his Gestapo are, why wouldn't they tear the island apart to fight it and keep Maleficent from ever getting it again? Why are they letting these kids give the jewels back anyway? Mal sneaks onto the island to get her jewel back, bringing Freddy along for the ride. They go back to Freddy's shop because making new sets is expensive, and while they make no progress to find the jewel, they do find the Batmobile.
Really?
Oh, come on, let me have this.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Do you think your dad's gonna notice we were here?
Nah. Sorry you didn't find your jewel, Mal. But here, this lucky necklace is all yours. From me to you.
Oh, thanks, Freddy.
Well, guess we better head back.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler alert, the jewel is in the necklace. So, why did they decide that they couldn't find it, just to immediately find it anyway and keep it hidden from Mal?
To piss you off.
To piss me off. Now that Mal has her jewel, it starts making her do mean things! Wow, it's almost like Mal was a bad guy or something!
That's it! As chairman of every committee, I hereby banish you from the Jewel Believe. And if I had the power, I would banish you from Auradon.
Oh, that's okay, Audrey.
Because I'm evil. Feels good to be bad. So good to be bad.
For those who need a reminder, the second movie would have Mal flip-flopping between wanting to do good and being rotten to the core, so all of this wrongdoing via magical jewel is completely pointless. It's like making up a story where it looks like John Wilkes Booth kills Abraham Lincoln, except that he doesn't, but then he just does it anyway! Nothing here matters! Later that night, Mal breaks into the museum that might as well not have any doors in it at all for how often it gets busted into, and she steals Jafar's staff. And check this out. Along with every other magical artifact of ungodly power and absolutely no security, they also have the hat of the Sorcerer Yesnid, which for all practical purposes can turn the wearer into a god. But why would you want to steal something like that when you can just steal a shiny stick that temporarily hypnotizes people? After giving the staff to the person really behind all this, when he could easily just steal it himself, Mal goes back to her dorm where her friends are waiting for her.
Leave me alone!
Your jewel. Where did you get this?
That is mine! Ugh.
Sorry, Mal. Can't let you have it.
Ooh. What is going on?
You were being rotten to the core.
Oh no! You mean she was being the one thing that gives her any kind of joy? Say it ain't so! You can't do that, movie! You can't have all these kids singing about how they love being rotten to the core, and then when one of them actually does something bad, they're appalled and disgusted by it! If you're going to be unapologetic in your villainy, be unapologetic in your villainy. Just stop wrapping your entire persona around how rotten a person you are, when all you're doing is wearing a slightly darker color than everyone else.
Hey, the jewel. What if it's cursed?
Let's see here. Evil, good, evil, good, evil, more evil, good, evil, good, evil, evil, good, evil, good.
It is the jewel. Maleficent must have cursed it years ago.
And hid it in that necklace.
Why would she do that? Why would she curse this jewel and then hide it instead of immediately giving it to her little girl, who she wants to be evil like her?
Freddy gave me that.
Never knowing it contained a jewel that turned you into a raging she-witch.
What are you guys even talking about? What did I do?
Well...
Wow, that is horrible.
Yes, truly the pinnacle of evil doings is making someone dance around all silly-like and starting a food fight. Mal is immediately forgiven, because why wouldn't she be? They have their stupid little jewel belief, and it's revealed that it was Zevon who was behind everything. Who is Zevon? He's the son of Yzma from the Emperor's New Groove, and they only just introduced him with 15 minutes left in the series, and he'll never be brought up again. Full disclosure, I've never actually seen the Emperor's New Groove, and Yzma isn't exactly the kind of villainess that one learns to fear through cultural osmosis, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm not feeling any sense of dread from her son. At all.
Once I fuse all the stones together, this staff will be more powerful than a magic wand.
Yeah, well.
OMG, something's really wrong. I'm freaking out here.
Then at least have the courtesy to say, "Oh my god," instead of OMG. Please.
What happened?
Zevon, Yzma's son.
He's here?
Yeah, and he had Jafar's staff, and he was like, kablam, kapow, I'm here for the revoltolution, whatever that is. Then he stole the jewels, and he was all like, ba-bam, ba-boom, and now he wants to take over Aradon.
And you, a genie, did absolutely nothing to stop him! Mal tries to rally everyone together to take down Zevon. Audrey tells her to piss off, so it's up to Mal and Evie to save the day on their own.
This musical number meant so much to me.
I know. It was your moment to shine, like the jewels, which are gone. I'll stop talking now.
But it wasn't just so I could share my many talents. It was supposed to be my gift to the VKs, to show how we were all sisters.
You're upset because you didn't get the chance to show these other girls that you think of them like sisters. But you refuse to accept Mal's apology when the very fate of your world is at stake? Go f*** yourself!
I wanted to bring everyone together, but the VKs still can't be trusted.
Well, that's actually kind of the untruth.
What?
Because Mal wasn't herself. Jane said Mal was under a spell from a cursed jewel inside the totem from the island thingy. So, not her fault.
And why didn't you mention that before?
I feel awful. I banned her from the jewel bully, Allie.
I know, and I understand. But it's not too late to make things right. It ain't over till the caterpillar sings.
Stop talking! Mal and Evie dick around with Zevon when it would be all too easy for Mal to just turn into a dragon and light him up like a Roman candle. Mal mentions how Zevon has a crush on her, and neither of these girls think of using that to their advantage because they're idiots. And then Zevon throws a small army of evil Pinocchios at them.
Come on, Mal. You really don't want to light these abominations on fire? Please?
Get them! 5, 6, 7, 8, take that! And some of this!
And the evil Pinocchios are easily defeated by brute force, where the magic users were completely helpless!
Evie, keep Zevon distracted while I go for the staff.
No. You keep Zevon distracted while Evie goes for the staff! You're the one he has the hots for!
Wing of Bat and Raven's Eye, lift me up into the sky.
Turn into a dragon and set him on fire, you idiot!
I wish these puppets were...
No! You're a genie! You don't make wishes for yourself! Whatever you want to have happen, you do it yourself with your phenomenal cosmic powers! Ugh, Zevon is finally defeated.
Oh, I was frozen today!
And they undo what he did.
We will never speak of this again.
Thank God Almighty.
Later, Zevon. Don't get lost on the way to the aisle. See what I did?
Yes, shut up. So the stupid little jewel belief thing can continue. The villain kids get their respective jewels, just so they can combine their power and take over Oradon themselves! No, we can't have that, because that might actually be kind of clever and evil. And Lord knows we can't have these villain kids behaving in any way untowards. Audrey apologizes for being a bitch. Mal forgives her like a true villain. This will all be forgotten by the next movie. Then they end on a big showstopper about how they're all better together, even though half of their little entourage had nothing to do with anything. Seriously, Carlos and Jay were completely useless in this, and Freddy, Allie, and Jordan are just going to be swept under the rug. Better to gather my ass. So that was Descendants' Wicked World, and there was nothing wicked about it. The animation is bland, the writing is terrible, the characterization is all over the place when these girls aren't falling back on the stereotype of Vapid Valley Girl. Oridon's flip-flopping stance on magic doesn't make any sense, and it introduces a bunch of new characters who are never going to be seen again. They affect nothing here, and they'll affect nothing in the movies to come. But it actually did what it set out to do. Be rotten to the core. See you later.
Call it bad, call it good, call it even if you could. Call it good, call it bad. It's the best you ever had. We know what's hot, what's not. We strike a pose and then they take a shot. They getting close, they try to run the spot. We come to show them what we got, we got. It's time to make a stand. We're breaking through and now we in demand. We hit for good, it's really not so bad. So shout it out and give it all you have. That was all the rage last week, but good has got a wicked beat. Good is a new bad, good is a new bad. We can feel the mad love, give me more of. That is a new good, that is a new good. We can feel the mad love, I think that we should. I think that we should. I think that we should. Bad, call it good, call it even if you could. Call it good, call it bad. It's the best you ever had. We used to love the dark, but then we saw the light and felt a spark. We bring the fire, make it better and better. 'Cause good is back and now it's better than ever. That was all the rage last week, but good has got a wicked beat. Good is a new bad, good is a new bad. We can feel the mad love, give me more of. That is a new good, that is a new good. We can feel the mad love, I think that we should. Good is a new bad, good is a new bad. We can feel the mad love, give me more of. That is a new good, that is a new good. We can feel the mad love, I think that we should. I think that we should. I think that we should. Bad, call it good, call it even if you could. Call it good, call it bad. It's the best you ever had.
Of course I speak dog, I'm Cruella's son.
She raised you to be afraid of dogs!
Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share, watch.